everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new speed build, this time doing a kind of countryside cottage in Windenburg. So before I get started, I just want to apologise for two things. One, my absence, and two, my voice, because yes, you may have guessed, I'm ill again. And I'm starting to think this is some kind of like sick joke. Because I swear I'm running the record for the most illness in 1 year. Like how many times one person can get a cold in 1 year. It's ridiculous. But basically my youngest daughter came down with a little bit of a cold. She had a little bit of the snivels. And then next minute I got a full-blown cold. Tonsillitis. My throat has been killing me for the longest time, and in all honesty I think after this much illness I do really need to get to the doctors and just kind of have an MOT just be checked over to make sure I'm okay, because I have taken such a hammering this year. Now in all honesty I was like kind of hoping that this would have cleared up by now, but it turns out that it hasn't, and I'm still left with this like quite a sore throat and obviously a very croaky voice, so I really apologise for that. I was going to kind of put off the videos until I was better, but time's been ticking by and I've been ill for a really long time now, so I thought I'm just going to record it anyway. So if my voice irritates you, feel free to mute me and play some music over the top. I am going to try my best to get through this voiceover with a nice kind of cool drink, but if I can't get through it I may need to overlay some music, and similarly for the future in videos I may need to kind of put some music over some videos just until I get better. I am trying to get as much rest in as I can, but it's just been literally relentless. So I've taken quite a lot of downtime, as I normally do, off Twitter and places like that, because I've just been trying to get better. I've had so many early nights, like I'm sick of early nights, because I always kind of think like when I'm ill, sleep makes it better, because obviously it's like the best time for your body to heal, and I've had so many early nights and I'm still not better, so that's that out of the window. But during this kind of downtime that I've been having trying to fix myself, I have been doing some building. Now, I have also built a kind of small modern starter home, and I was going to upload that, but after looking at it, I was kind of like, I'm not sure if I like it. So I don't know if I'll upload that one now, but I am also working on a much bigger lot as well, which I actually really like. I love the shape of it. So I have been busy, I've still been building, I've just put off all of the kind of editing side and the voiceover side, just trying to get better so you guys don't have to listen to me sounding like a really old man. But yes, so today I decided that I was going to build over in Windenburg, and the two smallest lots in Windenburg are fairly close to each other, and this one is a 20 by 20 lot. I'm not sure what the other one is, whether it's 20 by 15 or the same, but they're both really, really pretty small tiny lots, and I just love building small houses on them. So I thought it'd be really nice to build on this particular lot and just kind of come up with a little cottage. I think I spend so much time concentrating on such big builds that sometimes it's just nice to do something small and something a bit different. So that's what I decided to do this time, and just literally make what is a 1 bed 1 bathroom build, and it came in total just less than 64,000 simoleons, which it's not really, it kind of is a starter home, but it isn't, because it's got lots of things in it, you know, computers, all kind of things that you probably wouldn't really have if you were just starting out. So this would probably be a really nice home for maybe an elderly retired couple, or even a single sim, or a younger kind of professional couple. There's not a great deal of room in this house, but there's more than enough for kind of like a single person or a couple. And I've also also put some bits and bobs in for pets as well. So yeah, there's plenty of space for that as well. So as you can see, I went ahead and built this house on an angle as well. It always seems like it kind of gives a little bit more of a character to an older style house when it's kind of built on an angle. And because this house is, if you look at the surroundings, built on a kind of bend, I just thought it'd look a little bit different. But it always seems like a good idea at the time until you come to do the interior and there's a multitude of issues, i.e. the kitchen counters don't quite line up together. But I do quite like building on an angle sometimes. I just think it's quite kind of sweet. So there isn't really a lot going on in the outside of the build. It's just very pretty. There's a few little borders with plants in. Around the back of the house there's a small set of tables and chairs, and you could go ahead and add in some extra little bits. I've put some planters at the front, and then up on the kind of veranda bit at the front of the house is a flower arranging table as well, and there's some seating areas and an easel. So there is some skill building items and some bits and bobs for your Sims to do outside, and you could go ahead and add in more. It's entirely up to you. It depends what your Sims are into. So I did have a really good play around with the colours on the exterior of this house. Initially I started off with a much darker exterior, and I had a kind of like red roof pattern, and I was kind of going down that route. But when I sat back I felt like it looked just a little bit too dark for what I wanted it to be. I could have gone ahead and made it proper Windenburg-esque with lots of Windenburg style papers, but in the end I just wanted to make something that was actually really light and bright and pretty and didn't look too drab. I'm kind of going with that whole spring sort of feel, if anything, as we are now kind of heading into spring in the northern hemisphere, and I am actually really excited, and I never thought I'd say anything like that, because if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know how much I talk about the weather because I'm a Brit and that's what Brits do, but B, how much I hate warm weather. I'm just not a fan. There is like a multitude of miseries that come with warmer weather, and one of the main things is like really bad allergies. I'm just really rubbish with hay fever and stuff like that, but I have honestly been that sick over these last couple of months that I cannot wait for some warmer weather just to get rid of these bugs and just to feel just kind of a bit relieved. So I can't wait. So we're in spring and we're on the march to summer, and it's exciting. So I decided to do this particular house in much brighter colours, but I did have these sort of reddish tones as well that I use for the doors on the outside, and I put a few pops of red in with the flowers up the side of the house and in the borders. I also went ahead and used a bit of terrain manipulation at the front of the house as well. It did absolutely nothing, but I just thought it would add a little bit of character in. As you can see, I'm trying to build a fence over it and it looks ridiculous. So I do actually have a little play around with that little mound, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. It's just really just layering up the house and adding in lots of different textures and details just to give it a bit more of a realistic look. I think when I build, a lot of the times we always have this Sims element where the things that we build as builders are just not realistic. You know, in the real world it just wouldn't work, but a lot of the time I do like to kind of go for that realistic element when I do my building. So doing all the finer details and adding all those little bits in with the terrain is just, you know, I really love it. So I just wanted to mention as well that over on Twitter, if you follow me over on Twitter, I haven't really been as active over there, and a lot of that is the fact that I've been poorly anyway, and if I take time out of building, I tend to take time out of everything Sims related. But with regards to Twitter, I kind of feel like it's an amazing place to be if you're a simmer, because there are so many simmers on there and lots of people. You know, it's a big community over there, but sometimes I feel like it can be quite toxic, and the views that are shared over there don't always correlate with my own. And whilst that's never a problem because everyone's entitled to their own opinion, sometimes I see people being kind of forcing their opinions or their views in a real forceful manner, and it just really puts me off. And I just think you know, I love Twitter to be able to interact, especially with my fellow simmers, because there's so many talented, wonderful people over there that I absolutely love to pieces. But on the other side of it, I'm just not really enjoying my time over there at the moment. So I have kind of taken a nosedive off Twitter a little bit, and I probably won't really be using it as much. I'll still be using Instagram, and I still will be present on Twitter here and there, if anything, just to kind of support other simmers as well. But honestly, I literally pick up my phone these days and I look through the app and I'm just like, I just turn it straight off, because it frustrates me. And the thing is I'm a lot older which means that I've already got my own opinions, and I don't want to end up getting into kind of like an argument that I don't want to be in, if that makes sense, because I've got quite strong opinions on things as well, but I'd rather just not air it all over Twitter. So yeah, I'm literally just not probably going to use Twitter anymore, and that was the long version of that. So besides being incredibly ill and feeling sorry for myself, my family are doing really well, and thankfully all my kids are really healthy, so that's the most important thing. My poor husband's he's been a bit hit and miss, and he's not been incredibly great, but we're getting there, we're soldiering on through. Our little parrot as well is settling in really well. We had her DNA tested and over in Portugal, and she is in fact a female, hence me saying she. But as some of you will know if you watch one of my other videos, I was actually already calling her as she, because a lot of the pets that we've got are, well, I say a lot of the pets like we've got loads of pets when we've not, but I've got a female dog, a snake, who we don't actually know if that's male or female, but we named it Rose because it's pink. And so we've always called it a she. So naturally the bird was a she from the get-go, but she is officially a she. But she's doing really, really well. She's settling in, and she is such a little sweetheart and a character. The only thing is she's very young, so we're having to kind of teach her about beak pressure, because when they're young they don't really kind of understand fully how strong their beaks are and how much they can hurt if they put too much pressure on your skin. So quite a few of us have been bitten now. We're used to it. Luckily nothing too serious. It's not drawn blood or anything like that, but she's been settling in great, and she's been a real great addition to the family. So other than that, everybody's hunky-dory. But just moving back to the house, I am working away on the interior, and as you can see, we've kind of got this open plan kitchen, living area. And before all you people start, because I know how you like to write it in the comments, there is a fridge in that kitchen. When I came to do screenshots at the end, I did notice that I didn't put a fridge in, so I added one in, so there you go. But there's just basically a kitchen and a living area, obviously this bathroom here, and a master bedroom, so it's all on one floor. And whilst it does look quite a small house on the outside, it's actually pretty spacious for, you know, a single sim or two sims. There's quite a bit of room, so yeah, it's not a bad sized house really. Now, I didn't really go for kind of like a country theme interior. I didn't go for any theme for the interior. I just literally just built whatever I wanted to, and I quite like the colours. I love the reds, I love the creams. I wanted to make it quite warm and cosy and just very kind of homely, or homey, I think you say over in America, which always cracks me up. But yeah, so I'm just finishing off the final room now, which is the master bedroom. Obviously very simple, nothing completely crazy on the interior. But I hope you're all doing really, really well. I've just literally had a drink and cleared my throat, and can you see the difference? It's amazing. Honestly, I just sound like two different people. It's quite scary. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, it would be awesome to have you on board. I really hope everybody's well and you're doing good and you have a fantastic week. Take care, guys. Bye.
I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you shrugging your shoulders, I'm closed off. That's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying highs.